I'm not gonna let my head be bigger than you. What? Do you want to wash your face and wash your eyes? I don't know why your eyes, but the sun is like that way. Is this better?
It's manageable.
Babe! Hi guys, I'm Ada and I have a special guest today.
I'm Patrick.
This is Patrick and he's my boyfriend, and you guys can finally meet my boyfriend today. You're looking at here, by the way. This is the camera. Don't look at the screen. I'm looking at myself. Yeah, don't look at yourself. Okay. Look at there. Anyways, so I asked you guys what kind of questions you want to be asking us. Thank you so much for participating, and we're gonna do some questions today. Are you ready?
Okay.
Oh, the reason why we're speaking English as well is because he doesn't speak Cantonese at all. What Cantonese do you know?
你好.
你好,大家好,我係 Patrick.
我係 Patrick. He's
actually American born and raised in Texas, but then he's Taiwanese, 所以他可以講中文啊。
可以說中文。
可以說中文，對，不是講中文。Alright, let's start with our first question. When and where did we meet?
Through mutual friends?
Yeah, so I studied in New York and then he worked in New York, and we have a mutual friend that is from New York City, and he came to visit in Hong Kong, and he had a huge dinner, and that's where we met. And when was it?
Last year in December.
2018. Number 2, what's the first thing you notice about me?
You're very well put together.
I'm very well put together, but we met at night. I think I was a little bit tipsy that night.
Good attitude. Happy. What was the first thing that you noticed about me?
You were very 很主动, and you're very confident, and then you're very charismatic, and I really like that. Who said I love you first? It was me, actually. And I remember, I don't know if you know, when I wanted to buy you the Nike shoes, remember I called you, I was like, oh, like, what shoe size do you wear? We both didn't say I love you at that time, and then I just suddenly like blurted out, like at the end of the phone call, I love you, and I was like, shit, oh crap, like I shouldn't have said it. Did you hear it, actually?
I think so, vaguely.
And then what was your reaction? You're like, oh, I guess she said it first.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of unexpected.
But I guess I don't know, I'm just a person that I can't really like contain what I want to say. I just blurt out whatever I'm feeling. So yeah, I was the first person that said I love you. When did you say I love you?
Shortly after.
I think I said it again, and then he said, oh, I love you too. It's okay, I know he loves me first. Alright, next question. We are sitting in front of the TV. What's on the screen?
What's on the screen? Probably.
What's something that we always watch?
Impractical Jokers.
Oh my god, I love Impractical Jokers. If you guys haven't watched Impractical Jokers, you have to watch it. Oh, okay, I'm gonna close this. Sorry. I think his eyes are not used to the sunlight. It's very sunny today. I guess it's better.
It's a little better.
Impractical Jokers, and we also really like watching some cooking shows, like...
Cooking shows are good. I like the chef show.
Well, the chef show and also the movie.
The movie Chef was really good.
So he actually just started cooking because of this COVID. So we've been watching a lot of these food shows, and that's why my food baby has been growing. What is my weirdest habit? I don't know what my weirdest habit is.
Weirdest? I have to think about that one. You have different habits. I mean, you love to eat dessert.
That's not a weird habit to... Well, he doesn't eat dessert. That's why he thinks it's weird that I can eat so much dessert.
You eat a lot of dessert.
I can eat a lot. I can always just order like the whole menu.
I don't think it's that weird, but I think to order the whole menu is kind of weird.
I thought that you would say that, like, about me, like, peeling your scabs and stuff.
Oh, that's not that weird. I like to peel scabs too.
Your weird habit is how much you can drink liquid. So he's always like so surprised about how much I can eat when it comes to dessert, and I'm always so surprised by how much he can drink. Because when it comes to like liquid, he can drink a ton of soup, and then he can drink a ton of water, and then afterwards he can have a ton of wine, and then afterwards he can have a ton of whiskey afterwards, and then he can still eat afterwards. So I think that's kind of weird how much his tummy can...
Similar to drinking and eating dessert.
Yeah. We are out for dinner. What will we have for... What do we usually decide for dinner? That's pretty easy, I think. We always choose sushi. We love Japanese food.
Sushi, yakitori, yakiniku.
Yakiniku, omakase, anything Japanese we love. How do we balance our time together versus time for ourselves and friends? We actually see each other, I'd say like 3 times a week. Usually once on weekday, and then once Friday night and Saturday night. The weekend we spend together. Usually weekdays, then he can do his own thing, I can do my own thing with my dogs. And then we would spend our night, like one weekday night together. And then Friday nights usually we spend together as well. But then Saturday nights usually with friends. Because Patrick and I both really like to spend time with like a lot of our friends. And especially with COVID, we've been having like a potluck every Saturday. So everyone can cook and then bring their food over to Patrick's home, and then we get to eat a lot of food again. It's always about food for us. What do we argue the most about? Can I answer it?
You can answer it.
I think what we argue the most about is just me being moody. Usually he's very patient, and I am very like, sometimes when I'm hungry and I don't get enough sleep, then I get
the sleep maybe.
Yeah.
Sleep.
There's not like one thing that we always fight about. Not really. We actually don't fight that much.
Yeah.
I think. But it's usually me, if I don't get enough sleep, then I get very
I think
moody.
Sleep for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when you're traveling and there's time differences.
Yeah, and like jet lag. How do we resolve our arguments?
And talk through it. And then you gotta calm down first though.
Yeah.
It's not usually good to fuel the fire.
Yeah, for me, I have to separate a little bit because I sometimes say a lot of things that I don't mean when I'm angry.
Yeah.
So I like to separate myself a little bit and just not talk that much. And then when we're both calmed down, then we get together and we talk about how we can improve on both of our sides, because it's usually two-sided. Also because of miscommunication usually.
Yeah.
So
It's important to understand both perspectives, how each one viewed it.
yeah.
And then you understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I think like me and Patrick are both quite understanding. I think as long as we talk through it and we tell each other about our perspective and we both understand each other's view, then it's usually solved. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty logical.
Yeah. Am I logical?
I think you were logical. I think
In
you
some
were trying to
sense, I
understand
think. Yeah.
the perspective. Is not very stubborn in general.
See, hear that? I'm not stubborn. Last time I have a horoscope saying that I'm very
I think
stubborn.
pretty realistic and not unreasonable. So,
Yeah.
even though at the heat of the moment you can be angry.
Yes. What do we think of long distance relationship? Do we have any tips? Have you ever been on a long distance relationship?
Yeah, I've been in a long distance relationship.
How long was it?
I think maybe like 2 years long distance.
That's really long.
That's long.
That's quite long. I've done long distance like for a year, and I think a year is good enough. Like I don't want to do it one more year, but it's tough being long distance relationship. Just the main thing is a lot of communication. You definitely have to text each other more and probably be more romantic and put more effort in expressing yourself, because you can't really get the physical stuff when it comes to long distance. And I remember when I was during long distance, I was a little bit more insecure, I would guess. Like it's easier to like think a lot of different things when you're home alone, and then maybe your boyfriend is out, so you just have to learn to trust him and like not think too much.
Yeah.
How about your relationship?
I mean, I think.
Were you jealous?
Not too much. I just think long distance is communication. I think you have to it's a choice. You have to both be on the same page.
Yeah,
If you're not really seeing where it's going and you make the commitment, it doesn't really.
That's so true. Like you both have
really
to know when it's going to end as well. Because for me, I feel like a long distance relationship is kind of a waste of time if you don't have a plan on when you guys are gonna be together again. What's the last thing we do if we are together before we sleep?
Usually fall asleep on the couch.
No, I was thinking like we usually cuddle. That's what the last thing we do.
I guess
usually.
that's the last thing. Yeah, because I usually fall asleep on the couch, then you go to the bed.
I know. We always fall. Like
that.
his couch is very comfortable. He has this L-shaped couch, and it's just we just fall asleep all the
watching
time.
TV though.
Yeah, I think that's what we did last night actually. Alright, that's it for our questions today. If you guys have any more, please put your questions in the comments below. Thank you, baby, for doing your first video. How do you feel?
You're welcome. I guess if it makes you happy.
He's not used to being on video or doing this at all, so, you know, I love him for doing it for me. Thanks, baby.
You're welcome.
Alright, bye guys!